So, it was a warm July 27th, 2024, kind of your typical summer day, when police got this urgent call. Someone had seen a little toddler, barefoot, just wandering alone right by a busy road. The poor kid looked scared and way too close to traffic. It was very dangerous for a little kid to be near fast cars. As officers arrived on the scene, a man and woman waved at them. They were the ones who called 911, and while they were waving at them, they were happy to see the police. Inside their car was the little boy, safe for now. When the officers arrived, the callers quickly handed the child over, relieved to see he was now in the care of professionals. The officers lift the child gently and quickly notice that he's very upset.
What's your mommy's name? Do you live over here? Yeah? Over there?
Officers spoke with witnesses who described seeing the child cross a fence and wander dangerously close to the highway. They had been heading to the airport when they saw him and immediately stopped, recognizing the danger he was in.
Oh, I appreciate you guys stopping.
He was all wet too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he crying.
He's walking barefoot, I believe. So
The officers quickly realized how serious the situation was. A barefoot toddler near a busy highway was not just a small problem. It was a matter of life and death. Without hesitation, they secured the child and began asking simple questions to learn if he belonged nearby.
What's your mommy's name? Do you live over here? Yeah? Over there?
They wondered if he had slipped away from a nearby apartment. As the officers gathered details, they learned that earlier that morning, there had been another call. This call had mentioned a woman named Brooke, who had reported trouble after a man she knew from high school had been acting out. In that earlier call, Brooke had said that her son was woken up by the disturbance the man caused in their apartment. The officers began to suspect that the toddler wandering near the highway might just be the same child from that earlier call. After making sure that the toddler was safe with a proper car seat, the officers set out to find his home. They talked about possibly getting DCFS involved, because when a kid's found alone like that, you've got to think bigger than just giving him a ride home. At the same time, a few officers followed the child's small hand gestures toward a nearby apartment complex, hoping it might lead them to his mom. When the officers knocked on Brooke's door, she answered groggily, apologizing for accidentally dozing off again after a long night.
How old's your kid?
He just turned 3.
What's he wearing?
Is he not here?
I have a feeling he's not.
She admitted to having had a beer the previous evening, explaining that she was still recovering from a cold and had been up since 5 a.m.
Right now.
How much did you have to drink last night, Brooke?
I had 1 beer.
One beer all night.
Yes.
The officers questioned her further about what had happened that night, her drinking habits, and the precautions she'd taken to ensure her son's safety.
Okay, well, when I was here earlier, you said he was awake, and I said, go pay attention to your child.
Brooke explained that she had attempted to secure the door with a child-proof lock, but it hadn't fit properly.
I bought this that goes over the door.
Okay, and why isn't it on there?
It doesn't fit.
When the officers ask if her son is there, Brooke quickly realizes he's missing. The officers told her, "Your kid was walking alone on 31 near the highway without shoes." She didn't believe it and said, "I don't know how he got there."
I cannot believe this. I was up all night.
The officers, shocked, asked, "Has this happened before?" She replied, "Yes." To get a clear picture, the officers asked Brooke to take a breathalyzer test. The test showed no alcohol in her BPD at that moment, but her past actions raised serious concerns for the officers. While one mistake might be overlooked, the fact that her child had been left alone long enough to wander into a dangerous area was hard to ignore. The police knew they had to step in, not just to protect the child, but to make sure it didn't happen again. The situation quickly shifted from a rescue to one where safety protocols had to be followed. The officers told Brooke that because her son had been found near a busy road without shoes, it was a real risk that something bad could have happened.
But this looks bad. Do you at least agree with that?
Yeah, I totally agree. Yes.
With heavy hearts and a strong sense of duty, the police made it clear they had no choice but to call in the Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS.
All right, at the very least, can you do me a favor? Can you, because your child's at the police department. I don't know how long he's going to stay there, because I'm going to call DCFS.
No.
I have to.
I'm
required to.
The officers gave Brooke clear instructions. She needed to pack a small bag for her son with his essentials: diapers, a change of clothes, and anything else he might need, because until the safety issues were worked out, he couldn't stay with her.
Can you pack your child a bag? Because he needs a diaper change.
Yes, can I call my mom also?
Not right now, no.
The police also told her that they were about to arrest her on a child endangerment charge.
I haven't decided if I'm going to arrest you or not yet.
Why would I get arrested?
Child endangerment?
Given the situation, the child was found wandering near a highway. She admitted drinking, her failure to keep the child secure.
Well, he also went back to sleep. I put my son back to sleep also.
He was asleep.
Yes, I put him back to sleep, put him back in bed, and then I went into my room and I went to bed.
In the earlier contact that morning, they decided to take Brooke into custody. Brooke, now under arrest, was concerned about what would happen to her son. She asked if DCFS would take him.
Then, do they take him?
I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
The officers explained that DCFS would be involved in determining the child's placement. They couldn't guarantee she would get him back immediately. However, they assured her that after she was booked, they would allow her to sit with her son in the lobby until DCFS made a decision.
And then after I call DCFS, I'm gonna come back, I'll take care of the cell, I'll book you. And then I'll give you all your paperwork to release you, then I'll take you up to the lobby and I'll let you sit with your munchkin.
Brooke expressed her fear of being perceived as a bad mom.
Okay, I mean, what do they think that, like, I'm a bad mom or something?
An officer offered some words of perspective, stating that making one bad decision doesn't necessarily make her a bad mom, but that she had indeed made a bad decision in this instance.
Brooke, you're not a bad mom, you just made bad decisions. One bad decision does not make you a bad mom.
Brooke was later released and permitted to leave with her son after establishing a safety plan with DCFS. This ensured that measures would be put in place to prevent a similar incident from occurring again. Share your thoughts below and remember to like and subscribe for more videos. Your support means a lot to us. Thanks.